Alright, so this is super exciting because I got a new project car. Just gonna unwrap it here. This is my 1994 Subaru Legacy touring wagon. It's a factory turbo car. I've always wanted one of these ever since we built my brother's 91 turbo over there. I've always wanted one. Let's see here. This car was running when we got it, but it was way overdue for its timing belt. As you can see, it's got focus 327,000 miles on it. It is automatic, which I will be swapping. I'm going to make a video on how to swap a first gen Legacy to a manual, which it's really not that hard on these cars. It's got the blacked out limo tint. It's pretty awesome. The black interior. For 327,000 miles, it's actually in great shape. You know, the door cards are all perfect. I love the black interior. I've always loved that. Let's pop the hood. So we kind of already took it apart. We couldn't really wait to dig into it. I didn't have the parts yet, but let's see. So we got this thing, and it wasn't running quite right. And we just, after looking at it, it was just severely neglected, and there was all kinds of vacuum leaks and everything on the intake. And the VF11 turbo that came on this car actually had a massive crack down the side of the exhaust housing. So it was just a huge exhaust leak, and the intake had leaks, and it was just not happy. So pulled all that stuff off. I got a new TD04 turbo from an 06 WRX that I'm going to be replacing it with. I'm going to do a video on how to convert one of these cars to a TD04, because it's a really easy, super cheap mod for what you get. So you don't have to do a tune or anything. The stock ECU can handle it. These came with 370cc injectors, so it's not too bad. It can handle, you know, a slightly bigger turbo. Make a video on that, and I'm also going to do a video on the timing belt and all that kind of stuff. But the plan for this is basically just to kind of limp this motor along for, like, you know, another 10,000 miles and just kind of drive it, have fun with it while I try to sell my Jimmy over here. Because once I sell that thing, I'm going to take most of the money from that and build a new motor for it. We always got random projects and stuff going on down here. It's my brother's 82 Z28. It actually runs pretty good. You guys have seen that before. So this is my new, well, not new, but this is my my old EJ22T block. This was the block that actually came out of my brother's 91 turbo sedan outside. But we thought it had blown head gaskets because it had a really bad coolant leak, and we looked in the oil pan in one of the one of the oil squirters, because this is actually one of the only Subaru engines to come with oil squirters behind the pistons from the factory, and one of those fell out and landed in the oil pan. So yeah, it's getting a rebuild. Basically just gonna, you know, put all new rings and bearings in it and just reuse all the stock internals, because they're pretty strong from the factory. As you can see, it's a closed deck block. It's kind of dirty. Still got the flywheel on it. But it's just going to be kind of a budget build. And I'm going to be doing sort of a Frankenstein build. So these are heads from a 98 Legacy GT. So these are EJ25D heads. So they are from a 2.5, so they lower the compression ratio a little bit, because each combustion chamber is like 6 cc's bigger, I think, than a 2.2. So to to combat that, what I got to do is I have to get a custom head gasket made for this block to match this bore size and everything. But to bring the compression ratio back up to about 8.0, you know, that's basically factory spec. And this is actually my intake from a 97 Outback. So the 97 Outbacks also had an EJ25D, just like the Legacy GTs. So I just grabbed this, picked this up from the junkyard for super cheap. And I put all my EJ22T stuff on it. So I put, these are the fuel rails and the throttle body and, you know, all the sensors and everything. Use EJ22T cam sensors and all that stuff. So basically I can just use a stock computer and it won't know the difference. This is my top mount I'm going to be putting on it. I got a little eBay intercooler pipe kit because I got to get some different silicone piping and get it all to, you know, fit for my engine, because every car is different, and especially with you working with eBay parts, you kind of have to get creative. But yeah, this is